everyone, and welcome to the English Master podcast from the English Master channel. My name is Jennifer.
And I'm Daniel. How are you doing today, Jennifer?
I'm doing wonderful, Daniel. I started my day with a nice cup of tea, so I'm feeling ready to go. How about you?
I'm doing great, thanks. I actually overslept a little bit this morning, but I'm fully awake now.
Well, that fits perfectly with today's topic. Today we are talking about daily routine. It's one of the most common topics in English conversation.
Absolutely. Whether you are meeting someone new or catching up with a friend, people always ask, what is your typical day like?
Exactly. From the moment the sun comes up to when we go to sleep, we all follow a pattern. But tell me, Daniel, are you an early bird or a night owl?
That's a great question. I am definitely a night owl. I struggle to wake up early, but I know you are different. Throughout today's episode, we'll be sharing our routines and the vocabulary you need to describe your own day.
That's right. And along the way, we'll talk about how small habits can make a big difference.
Exactly. But before we dive into that, I'd like to introduce our vocabulary expert, Crystal. After each section, she'll break down key words and phrases to help you grasp the language better. Crystal, we're excited to have you with us today.
Thanks, Daniel. I'm happy to be here, and I can't wait to help our listeners build their daily vocabulary.
Wonderful. Let's begin with the morning routine.
So, my morning starts pretty early. I usually wake up around 6 a.m. I like to have some quiet time before the world wakes up. The first thing I do is make my bed. It makes me feel organized immediately.
That is very disciplined. My morning is a bit more chaotic. My alarm goes off at 7:30 a.m., but I usually hit the snooze button at least twice. I just need those extra few minutes of sleep.
Ha! I think a lot of people do that. After I get up, I head to the kitchen to kickstart my day with breakfast. I usually have oatmeal and fruit. It gives me the energy I need for the morning.
That sounds healthy. I usually grab something quick, like toast or a bagel, while I'm getting dressed. I have to rush a little bit to catch the bus for my commute to work.
Rushing can be stressful. I try to leave the house with plenty of time so I can enjoy the walk. It really sets a positive tone for the rest of the day.
I agree. I need to work on that. All right, Crystal, could you walk us through some of the key terms from our morning routines?
Absolutely, Jennifer. Let's take a closer look at some key vocabulary from your conversation.
That's great. Could you give us some examples?
Sure. For instance, early bird is a person who wakes up, arrives, or acts early. Jennifer is an early bird because she wakes up at 6 a.m. Night owl is someone who is habitually active or wakeful at night. Daniel is a night owl.
And the snooze button is a button on an alarm clock that stops the ringing for a few minutes. Daniel hits the snooze button to sleep more. Kickstart means to make something start happening quickly, like Jennifer eating breakfast to kickstart her energy.
Exactly. Another word is chaotic, which means in a state of complete confusion and disorder. Daniel's morning is chaotic because he rushes. Lastly, commute means the journey from home to work or school. Daniel takes the bus for his commute.
Those are some useful terms for the morning. Now back to you, Jennifer.
Thanks, Crystal. I think understanding these terms really helps when describing your habits.
Absolutely. And now that we are awake and ready, let's move on to the afternoon and work routine. Shall we, Jennifer?
Sounds perfect, Daniel. My afternoons are usually packed with activities. I spend most of the day studying or attending classes. I try to stay focused by turning off my phone notifications.
That's a smart move. Distractions are everywhere. My afternoon is usually filled with meetings and emails. Around 2 p.m., I often hit a slump where I feel tired, so I take a short break to stretch my legs.
Taking breaks is so important. I usually have lunch around 12:30 p.m. I like to meet friends at the cafeteria. It's a nice way to socialize and break up the day.
I usually eat at my desk, which I know is a bad habit. But sometimes I run errands during my lunch break, like going to the post office or the bank. It saves me time in the evening.
That is efficient, but you should try to relax too. After lunch, I tackle my most difficult assignments. I feel more productive when I have a deadline approaching.
Deadlines definitely motivate us. I try to wrap up my work by 5 p.m. so I can leave the office on time. It feels good to clear my desk before going home.
All right, Crystal. Could you take us through the vocabulary from our afternoon routines?
Certainly, Daniel. Let's break down some of the key terms.
Go ahead, Crystal.
Packed means very full, as in Jennifer's afternoon. Slump refers to a period of low energy, like Daniel hits an afternoon slump. Socialize means to mix with other people for pleasure. Jennifer likes to socialize during lunch.
And run errands means to go out to buy or do things, which Daniel does at lunch. To tackle is to make a determined effort to deal with a problem or task, like Jennifer tackles assignments. Wrap up means to finish something, as Daniel tries to wrap up his work by 5 p.m.
Those are the key words for the afternoon. Now, let's shift to the evening. Back to you, Jennifer.
Thanks, Crystal. That was really helpful. It's amazing how just a few key words can really make things clearer.
Exactly. I love how practical these terms are. All right, let's wind things down by talking about our evening routine.
Evenings are my favorite part of the day. It's when I finally get to unwind. After I get home, I change into comfortable clothes immediately. Then I usually cook a simple dinner while listening to music.
That sounds very relaxing. I'm usually pretty tired after work. I like to chill out on the sofa and watch a TV series. It helps me disconnect from the stress of the office.
I totally relate to that. After dinner, I make sure to clean up the kitchen. I don't like waking up to a messy house. Then I spend some time reading a book before bed.
I should probably read more. I tend to scroll through social media, which keeps me awake. I'm trying to stop that. I aim to be in bed by 11 p.m. so I can get a full 8 hours of sleep.
Sleep is so important. I have a skincare routine that I do every night. Washing my face and brushing my teeth signals to my body that it is time to sleep. Then, it's lights out.
That's a great routine. I usually just brush my teeth and hit the hay. I try to make sure my alarm is set for the next morning. Hopefully, I won't hit snooze tomorrow.
Fingers crossed. All right, Crystal. One last time, could you walk us through the vocabulary from our evening routine?
Absolutely, Jennifer. Let's go over the key phrases from your evening routines.
Great. What do you have for us?
Unwind means to relax after a period of work or tension. Jennifer likes to unwind in the evening. Chill out is a casual phrasal verb meaning to relax completely. Daniel likes to chill out on the sofa.
And disconnect means to stop thinking about work or problems. TV helps Daniel disconnect from stress. Scroll means to move text or images up or down on a screen. Daniel tends to scroll through social media.
Finally, hit the hay is an idiom meaning to go to bed. Daniel is ready to hit the hay at 11 p.m. And that wraps up the vocabulary for today. Back to you, Jennifer and Daniel.
Thank you so much, Crystal, for guiding us through those key words and phrases. It really helps to understand the language in context.
Absolutely. It makes it easier to remember when we see how the vocabulary fits into everyday life. So we've shared our daily routines from waking up to going to bed.
Exactly. Whether you are a student, a professional, or a parent, having a routine helps you manage your time and stay healthy.
And remember, your routine doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to work for you.
All right. Well, that's all for today's episode. We hope this conversation gave you some helpful words to describe your own day.
A big thank you to Crystal for breaking down the vocabulary today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Keep practicing your English, and we'll see you next time on the English Master Podcast. Take care and have a productive day ahead.